Hello everybody, this is Nick speaking. Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines Season 3. Today we are back here on Nautilus Island, and last episode we started work on reworking this industrial area over here so we could do some different stuff with it and, have a highway that makes sense and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, anyways, today we're going to continue working on this project, and I did, right before the beginning of this episode, work on a little bit of a ramp that comes from this side over here and goes across, so that way we can let a little bit more traffic get onto the highway here, because right now this side, we have one place to get off right here, and basically there was just this here to get on and this over here. So I thought we need something a little more down here to get on to go that way, which is what this ramp is supposed to represent, and should hopefully fit well into the grid of all of this over here. So that's kind of what's going on, and also thinking we should get the rest of this grid going over here, get everything in where we want it to be, and hopefully then we should be able to start decorating this area maybe for next episode if we don't get to it by the end of this one. And that is not straight. I don't know why, but it's not, so let's fix that now, because if not, that's going to start bugging me. And this wants to intersect at that angle because I don't know why. Also, it decided it needed to go back down to the ground, which also bugs me. Okay, so let's see. Let's just get kind of close to... Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Because of where we're doing this. Okay, well, not too much we can do about that, but yeah, it's just gonna end up looking a little different in that spot. But other than that, yeah, I mean, this raised highway looks pretty well, and this area is still all zonable from beginning to end, which is awesome as well. And right, we need to redo this segment just because we were trying to do a regular connection on this side and it just wasn't turning out for us. So yeah, let's fix that. And it was, what streetlights are we doing here? I think it's that one. So yeah, I'm just going to redrag that. We get our lights back on here, get our zone back to normal, and then I can more or less just zone this entire side over here. I can even zone right up onto there, and this will flatten out. We'll have buildings right up to the highway there, so it'll work just fine for us, and it's kind of what I want to go for here. So first thing first, we need our seaport. And I'm thinking, because we have the cargo hub here, which has the rail on it, but the rail's in an awkward location to actually use it. We also have the regular cargo hub here, which just has road. Obviously, we can make like a rail station somewhere in here, which would be another interesting challenge. I still think that's probably the easiest rail line to use, because there's not one over in here, and the one over here obviously makes no sense, so yeah, that doesn't really do too much for us. But yeah, I can always kind of just, maybe we take one of these. This one won't let me because weirdness with the routes, and yeah, I don't have the thing to change the routes right now, so we can't really connect this very easily without too much stuff conflicting with one another. So kind of thinking this over here makes most sense for the actual port, where we'll have all the boats show up, and so I'm going to put one there, which will be in the middle of the shipping lane. And leave a little bit of room here. We'll put another one there. And I think maybe a third one over here if we can get it in at some point. Also, Yeah, I guess that makes sense for the location for this, so that's what I'm gonna go with, and surprisingly, there is a interesting sort of thing going on here, which is a thing I didn't know existed also. We apparently need to get this to line up perfectly, which will also be a little bit easier said than done, because we have the water here that wants to not cooperate. And if we go... Yeah, that works, okay. And then we can connect straight to that one, and this road kinda just goes... Is this... I don't think this is even straight. Wow. Yeah, I'm not even sure that's straight. Oh boy. Okay, so if we can go like that... Yeah, I mean, I suppose that works. We get the ports then here, and we can, like, use this area, maybe decorate around the walls here a bit, and it'll look kind of cool, so... And then I'm thinking we'll need some roads here. And I'm not thinking I want to do every single thing here, so I can get this to a point where we can... That doesn't work. Yeah, we need to kind of connect between these two here so we can get a good area here to work with. And I'm thinking if we can also maybe go there and over here. Yeah, I suppose that's about as good as this grid here is going to behave for us, because, yeah. You've got this stuff to deal with, and the actual seaport buildings here aren't the most cooperative of buildings. So, yeah. That is an issue. And I'm also thinking we could maybe just go there with that road. Give ourselves a little bit of space here between this on-ramp here and the road here, which works out pretty well for us. Also have this kind of median here, which we're going to have to go across over to this side, and now let's see, this, if we go straight from here, we end up there, which will work for us, and this lines up pretty well here. Alright, then we've got this here, which... Okay, I think that'll be fine. Maybe this road moves over a little bit to accommodate for that. Yeah, right about there. And then it creates a weird intersection there for some reason, which I don't understand why, but it does. Yeah, what's up with that? There. Still looks odd, but that's better, I suppose. If I can... Yeah, I suppose that's about as good as that's getting, so we'll do that one there. We have a movie... Yeah, we'll have a road run through there. And... Let's see, we put that there. Run a road somewhere here that will let me. Right about there, and I think we just do that sort of thing over on this side, so... Yeah, it's mostly going to be a grid shape here, which I know isn't the most exciting thing, and... Yeah, but it's supposed to be a seaport, so... Yeah, I can't do too much of exciting layouts or that, because it's going to end up looking weird. I don't think I want to do that, either. Maybe at some point. Yeah, so that's kind of going to be our seaport area. We'll maybe, like, have some sort of fence thing going around here or something to kind of block us off, and... we'll kind of we kind of have this main sort of avenue thing going on here, which will also be kind of our interesting sort of focal point for over here. So, because we have the exit here, and then can get to like some businesses over here on this side, and then this will be the seaport over here. I'm thinking basically like here, because this is going to be a different sort of area, so let me see here. This, I'm thinking, is going to be basically these areas here up to that road kinda, and then the main road here will be part of this area, so kind of do something like that, and then we just kind of make this so this is our kind of border here. Can put like fences up along here. These can be like security gates. Actually, this makes no sense as part of the thing, so maybe these few here will be behind security gates, and this side over here. So that'll be kind of like our actual harbor, and then we have our actual industry area over here. Maybe we have a few of these elsewhere, but I think that's gonna just mostly be over here, just because that makes more sense, and the security area needs to be taken care of and secure. That's an important part of behind security fences, being secure, so yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, now I'm thinking we could put a road right over here next to the highway. Again, this is kind of going to just line up pretty well for us, and we can have sort of like this street just goes underneath, which works pretty well for us. We can also maybe think about, can we do a street right there without it looking too weird? So we've got the on-ramp here, which makes things kind of complicated, and maybe if this comes down a little bit quicker here. And then if we were to say curve that as much as possible. Yeah, that works. And then maybe instead of having this as a regular road, we can put that there. Instead, take this one out, and we'll just make this block a little longer. Looks kind of funky there, but oh, that's because that's like a little short. Yeah, let's take care of that, and yeah, so I guess this just kind of exits directly into this area, and there we go, that's... Is this ramp going the wrong way? Yes, it is. Yes, that is an on-ramp, not an off-ramp, so... Yeah, there's an extra direction to go here, which is fine, and does mean that this over here is kind of unzoned right now, but can also fix that by putting... Yeah, and then that road can go right there, and it's actually the perfect distance, because that's the maximum amount of grid we have to work with there. So that works! Yay! Stuff that works. And I'm also thinking, kinda gonna need something over here. And yeah, I think that works as well. It's an interesting sort of curve there at the end, which matches this up, and yeah, then we just kind of come in. This area over here will be rock work and all of that, so we can make this area look nice. And it's kind of weird this became sort of a main road here, but we don't really have it handled as a main road capacity, sort of. So I'm thinking I want to upgrade this road here to become sort of a, at least, heavier road through that part from the main road over here forward. So actually this one maybe not so much. So I don't think as much traffic's... And yeah, I think we do. And then this is technically 2 lanes that can both turn over to here, so... Yeah, that works. And we're also going to need to handle all the directions for traffic over here, because this is going to be kind of an interesting area. Basically, you need to handle this as one intersection, even though it's... what, 3 here? Plus one, this one, which... This one's not really as important. This one's just kind of a stop sign for this traffic here, but... yeah, it still affects things, and... need to do that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm thinking at this point it might be a good idea to take care of this, maybe get the rest of the layout going here. So I'm going to actually stop the recording here for a second, take care of this kind of stuff, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back, and I'm just realizing I didn't do this little section back here, but other than that, we've got our basic layout for this entire industrial area done. For the most part, I try to... like, this area over here is mostly just a regular grid, but for, like, the center... for, like, these 2 areas, I kind of try to add some diagonal streets in here, make it look like it's... you know, give a little bit of interest to the area, and also areas that I can zone along, like maybe over here, and, you know, keep stuff looking interesting. So, yeah, I kind of like how all this turned out. We have some interesting diagonal streets, which, like, some of these meet up pretty well. Other ones are kind of zigzag, and it's kind of based off of this road over here, where we have the 45-degree angle, so... and I have some roads going parallel and perpendicular to it, and it ended up looking pretty awesome, so I'm happy with how all this turned out. Now we come to the part where I can do maybe a little bit of decorating on... mostly I'm thinking let's just see if we can get this highway wall area decorated, and actually maybe we want these few buildings to grow in over here just so we can get that going. And hopefully, let's see, we are on a day-night cycle. We need to stop that and go back to regular daytime. And let's see if we get this anything growing here. Be kind of nice if it did. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, it's not really gonna be perfect, but... yeah. Okay, so that didn't work as well as I thought it would. Never mind on that. So these few here are basically going to still be sort of rocks and that, but... yeah, for the most part, at least, like, this area within here, we can just start getting that done now, and... I think now would be a good time to maybe start up a little bit of a time-lapse and see what we can get done here. So, probably hearing some music right about now that's not from the game, and I'll see you guys back when this is done.